and you've been seeing this banner for several weeks that we're Facebook Live. That's because we haven't been gathering together. Well, guess what? Starting this Sunday, we are going to be back together, but we'll still be Facebook Live. Come on, let's meet at the cross. So this weekend, June 5, 6, and 7, is our reopening weekend. And we've been meeting on Facebook Live, and we've been loving that. But now we're going to start meeting together again in the building. And so starting Friday night, the youth are having a service at 7 p.m. The young adults Saturday night at 6 p.m. And then family worship Sunday at 10:30 a.m. When you come across Stein Road, you'll see the cross, and you come on in the driveway into the parking lot. Let's go to the parking lot. So when you pull into the parking lot, our greeters will be here to help you get parked. And they're going to be wearing a mask just like this, and they're going to have gloves on. And so they're going to come up to where you're parked when you pull in, and they're going to greet you, and they're going to ask you if you have a mask. If you don't have it on, then we're just going to hand you one for you to put on a mask, you and everyone in your car, and then we're going to give you directions to go into the south entrance of the building. Let's go to the south entrance of the building now. And so when you come to the south entrance, then Jimmy and Patty Myers are going to be standing here ready to greet you. And the first thing they're going to ask is they can take your temperature. So right on your forehead, whoop, nothing's going to hurt. You're just going to find out if you're running a temperature of 100 or more. If you are, we're going to ask you to go ahead and go back home. Sorry about that, but we don't want you or anyone else to get sick. By the way, if you are already feeling bad, don't feel bad about staying home, because as I mentioned, you can still watch on Facebook Live. All right? Don't worry about feeling bad or feeling uncomfortable. They're going to take your temperature, and then they're going to squirt some hand sanitizer on your hands, and then on the bottoms of your shoes, we're going to squirt this. And it's going to clean your shoes up, and you'll be holy and sanctified, ready to go into the church building. The last thing that we're going to offer you is if you want one of these fancy seat covers. These are also called trash bags that have been opened up. If you want to sit on one of these in the sanctuary, you're welcome to. If you're comfortable just sitting on the sanitized pew, you're all right. Just want to help you out in that regard. All right, let's go in the sanctuary. As I mentioned, you're going to be coming in the south entrance to the sanctuary. That's why we have on the sanctuary door, entrance only, and just some things to observe while you're here. One of the things we want you to be aware of is that families are encouraged to sit together. You're going to see as we go into the sanctuary that the signs are 6 feet apart for social distancing. You're wearing your mask when you come in this door, and you would wear that mask if you have to go to the restroom. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But when you get to your seat otherwise, then you can remove your mask until you move out of your seat. We encourage air hugs and air high fives and air handshakes and words of affirmation. You can speak to someone from a distance, but we don't want you to be touching one another just yet. And we want you to also understand that at the end of the service, we're going to exit by rows, and we're going to exit out the north door, and we'll show you that in just a moment. So your giving can take place in orange buckets as we go out the door. At this point, you've now got your hands sanitized, you're getting your feet sanitized, you're wearing a mask, and now if you have a seat cover with you, someone is going to open the doors and let you into the sanctuary, and they're going to escort you to your seat. Once you get into the sanctuary, then let's say that you're going to sit up here on this far west side. This pew will be roped off. This pew will be available. And every 6 feet, you will see a sign that reads, "Please keep 6 feet between yourself and the next sign," like this. So wherever you're seating, there will be an empty pew between all throughout the sanctuary. Feel free to take your mask off when you get to your seat. If you need to use the restroom, you will have to go out the north door and around to the restrooms so that we can keep maintaining the social distancing. If you do use the restroom, do so as a family, and after your family has completed using the restroom, take the supplies, and sanitize the surface for the next one that needs to use that. At the end of the service, as we worship God openly and freely, then you'll put your mask back on, and then we're going to exit out by rows to the north entrance. So at the end of the service, then, when we've said our last amen and you've been blessed in the name of the Lord, you're going to exit this way. This is our north entrance, but it's going to be exit only. It'll say so right here on the door, exit only. In the foyer, 2 orange buckets that look just like this are going to be placed in the middle of the foyer with no one touching it, so that if you are going to be giving that day, you can just drop that in to the orange bucket. Of course, you can always give online by going to the website meetatthecross.com and selecting the icon to do your electronic giving, or as many of you already are, you've been mailing it in to our P.O. box, and so we thank God for that either way. So once then you've exited through the doors, then you'll just go on to your car, and we're so glad that you're going to make your mind up to be here this weekend. We can't wait to see you, and we're going to have a great time in the Lord.